Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Tomlinson. I am an Americanteer. Today is August the 20th, 2022. I'm going to share something, a little story about myself that I've learned in the past year, a little over a year. And it's because I uh, upgraded my system. I didn't have a strong internet connection in the line coming to my place. And so my Wi-Fi was pretty limited for many years up until last year. And the same goes, I never had cable TV. I would go to the public library, get free movies, watch DVDs, stick to regular TV, and there was no bells and whistles about my entertainment system at all. It was pretty basic, and I enjoyed it. It worked for many years. I just was just living life, living good, I think. And but last year I had to upgrade everything due to for a variety of reasons. So now and then, then I got was set up with a strong inline connection, which I needed, and along with that package, they gave me a free cable thing for my TV, and I took it. And I was like, yeah, it's free and it comes with the package or whatever it is, then I'm down, and upgraded my phone and all that kind of fun stuff too. Anyways, the real story here is the up, upgrading my. Okay, the TV thing is that I was able to just go to the YouTube channel from there on my TV, which is what it was geared for, and and start learning what I was doing in the beginning phases of my venture for my change last year, and so that made things way easier. I was able to access all these tutorials and um, other great information on the internet through my TV in a lot of ways, and so but I would mainly just stick to tutorials, watching, and I wouldn't even sign into my account, like to go to there. It was always just an outsider, just jumping into YouTube and doing my thing. Um, so after a while, YouTube just starts to fill in my recommended for you, and this is what we think, and that's when I found out that people use the words like vibration and frequency, um, and that just kind of like, I was listening to like a motivational speaker, and she brought up the word vibration. It's like, wow, she just said vibration, right? And I was like, I could relate to the word, of course, and then the higher frequency thing, or the frequency comments about life. Now that I could relate to, and I was like, oh my God, that is mind blowing. I didn't realize. I knew there were other people around the globe in America too that that could relate to me in that on that conversation on that level, and I knew they were out there, but I had never had any physical proof. Like I could never really say that this is a real conversation. I was just using the word frequency and vibration to best describe my inner movements of my calling of what I'm doing today as Americanteer. See, so it all kind of plays into it because it was 'cause I already know that I'm coming from a place that's somewhere else. And it's beyond me. It's so somewhere else. So I just refer to it as a calling or maybe a higher frequency. I'm not sure. And outside of using the words like I'm special, and because saying I'm special is kind of like saying if I'm special, it means you're not special, and that just sounds really weird. It makes me feel awkward too. So so I would just kind of just tell people who and what I'm about and hope that they can actually grasp um, the level of the frequency that I'm operating on. Uh, no one really does. I mean, there's people I relate to that relate to me, but if I start using words like vibration, high frequency, it's going to be very rare that I run across somebody physically talking that would say, yeah, I'm there, I get it. You don't have to explain it to me. Um, and so that was just a big eye opener for me. And also a big I was relieved and felt good about that because I was maybe thought I was a little nutty or a little crazy, because I had to question myself, but even questioning myself made me feel like I am just maybe there's something wrong with me. I've been treated for my whole life that there was something wrong with me, um, by others around me, everyone around me actually, from the day I was born pretty much, and so um, my world of adversity from being born into a world of adversity um, is my life story is totally different from everybody else's, but I don't that's not the point either. I'm not trying to reflect on my life or past life. I'm just talking about the relationship between me and other Americans that now I know they use the word. Now I know it's a word that people talk about. Motivational speakers use that stuff. And I was like, wow, that's cool. I didn't realize it until I had upgraded my whole system. And so all these years and the videos I've been making about Americanteer have always been me thinking it was just me. But even though I relate to and I knew there were others out there, but I could never quite say who these others were or who they are. Now I can, because they have made themselves present and known, and on YouTube. Uh, and that was enough for me to confirm with myself that I'm not crazy. Thank God I'm not insane. This is all makes sense now. The next thing I learned that really, really, and it comes from the specialness or being special for whatever reason. And again, I'm still trying to lower the word special when it pertains to me when I shouldn't be doing that. I should just go ahead and own up to it and say, I'm just different, I'm special, and in a good way for whatever reason. Okay, and I can't even tell you the ingredients that makes me me. It's just my whole life story makes me me, of course. I the recommendation and YouTube videos that popped up, there was stuff called chosen ones. Like people making these short clips about being chosen ones. Um, and either they're a chosen one or they're talking to other chosen ones, and reflection of that sort. So they're using the word chosen ones, which I don't know if I should even. I know I can say it because I relate to it on such a high frequency level, so I can easily relate to it and say, like, it makes more sense now because these people who or the chosen ones, I guess. They they relate to my story. I mean, I heard people talking about chosen ones and laying out the cards of my life, and I'm like, wow, I did not even. That is just mind blowing to me because I have been feeling isolated and alone in my own little world, strange bubble. And the more I was out there, the more people made me feel just scapegoated. They made fun of me or they put me down or, they would do anything to attack me. And now I understand why. It's like, oh my God, I did not real. I knew I'm working on a call in here, uh, but I didn't realize that it meant being a chosen one. But the chosen one goes way back. It's not like you just wake up and say, "Oh, I'm a chosen one." This is like a life earned life thing, and people already know it, and people see it, and it's been going on since, like I said, since like I was born, and so um, it is so that whole all those chapters in my life that leads me up to right now today, and it's just, and I call them tour of duty, because my life doesn't just, it's not like a one straightforward book like a lot of people. Like I went to high school, went to college, met my girlfriend, we got married, and now we're still married, and this is the update on what's going on. My career changes and shifts, but it's pretty much just one continuous long story with little mini subchapters, of change and translations, of transition in people's lives. So, if anything, they might have a book of two, four, maybe up to six chapters, that really stand strong as an actual chapter in their life. But I have maybe 20, 25 chapters, and they're all, and I just refer to them as tour of duty. I didn't know what else to think of it as I was going through all these um, um, changes in my life over all the years, throughout my whole life. Participating. I was always curious. I'm still very curious. That's just my call. It's just my thing. And I've been attacked and attacked and attacked on so many levels in so many ways that I don't even, I know people don't even can't even relate to it, on how adverse things are, had been forever, and still are today. Except now I know how to steer my life around it and be happy, and kind of brush it off. And that's how I survived all those years up until now. Anyway, so I was kind of protected in a weird way, and and I'd take these crazy chances and risk everything, and struggle really hard and work my butt off to make things happen in my life, while others around me were taking and stealing and backstabbing, sabotaging me, and still after all that, and I just would go through it in a non-reactive, forward way. In the end, I was always just good. I was shining, I never did anything wrong to anyone, um, in comparison to the wrongs that people were doing to me. Uh, so that's kind of like part of the story of understanding of being a chosen one. And So with that being said, the calling, the frequency, the chosen one, these are all things I just recently learned in this past year. And it's a good thing, and it's good for me. That's why I said it's more of a personal story. It's good for me because now I know I'm not alone. For sure, I am not alone. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of us, all scattered throughout the whole globe, all over the globe. I mean, really. And I'm serious. And it's amazing. It's like, wow, these are, other chosen ones with different kind of callings, and they're pursuing it, in a very, being very courage and encourageable, or their own courageous or their own inspirational way, uh, and to own up to saying the word chosen one, um, which is something I don't know if I'll actually incorporate to myself, But it's good to know, and I still watch these people. They still have awesome messages because I am one of them. We are one thing, uh, and, uh, and so it's good for me, it's, to know that and to participate in that, and you know, and it helps me understand me as to why things, and not that I'm even looking for a why, because I'm so busy living in the now that the whys sometimes go way too far back in the past, and I really I don't want to. There's nothing about the past is the past. Now is now. The future is tomorrow. And there's a lot of people that socially think they can predict the future when I know they can't. They can they already have this, and it's just a delusional self-assessment way of saying, "Oh, I know what's going to happen," or "I know what that person wants or thinks," and you really don't. So, you got to stay open-minded with people around you, and understand we're all coming from a different place in life, and if we listen to each other just a little bit longer with an open mind, we will see that and start to understand that instead of feeling threatened by it or kind of taken back by it, and or becoming jealous or envious, because by saying those kind of words, people are going to say, I know everything," and like, and kind of like want to challenge me or defriend me or ghost me or whatever, because they see the truth, and now they just don't want to see me because I represent something else that they do not want to. It just affects them. It's demonic. It's matrix kind of thing. There's evilness involved. So it is a spiritual battle in one way, and using the word chosen one, because that kind of brings in like a, a different twist to the calling, and on a spiritual level, that's what I mean. Uh, and I've always understood that, but I didn't think other people did. So I would just kind of not steer away from that conversation, until now. Until now, I'm making this video and realizing that I'm not alone, and it's good to know. And I wish everyone, you can join me. We can be a part of this together. We can move forward. Now we're grasping more understanding of what the heck is going on here, and we can grow stronger together. We can unify, because these are things we can share with each other, and actual sharing is a unification, of conversation and togetherness and bond, and become stronger. That's what the kind of like the end of the story. And that's what it's about for me with Americanteers. Thank you for your time. Peace, love. Have a wonderful, today is a Sunday, so happy Sunday. Have a great Sunday. Uh, Seize the day. Live a life of zest. I say that to myself every day, and so I'm going to say it to you right now. Do it. It's worth it. We'll talk soon.